Yeah, so speaking of mysterious and terrifying sarcophaguses that we all forgot about, in 2018, workers were inspecting an area of land in Alexandria before construction on a new building began when they discovered a massive black sarcophagus. Alongside the tomb was this alabaster sculpture of a man, and they believed at the time that this might be the person inside. This sarcophagus is massive. It's 2.7 meters by 1.5 meters by 1.8 meters deep, or for my American friends, 9 by 5 by 6 feet, and it's probably the largest sarcophagus ever discovered in Alexandria. What's really exciting about this is that when it was found, it had a thick layer of mortar encapsulating it, which means that it probably has never been opened. Now, the coffin itself dates somewhere to between 304 BC and 30 BC, so around 2,000 years ago, when the descendants of Ptolemy ruled Egypt during the Greco-Roman period. But this discovery presents quite a few mysteries to archaeologists, like who's inside this coffin, are there any artifacts inside the coffin, and why is this thing so huge and seemingly just haphazardly left underground randomly like this? For some reason, when this was found, that was all we kind of knew, and everybody pretty quickly forgot about it, except that they actually opened this thing 10 days after they found it. A fair warning, I am going to be showing images of skeletal human remains, so look away if you're not into that kind of stuff. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So when they opened the coffin, what they found was not the remains of one, but actually 3 skeletons and a bunch of liquid sewage, which is this liquid all around. It's pretty gross. Imagine what this smelled like. They've since been able to tell that one of the skeletons was actually a woman between the ages of 20 and 25 years old when she died, and the other 2 skeletons were males in their late 30s or early 40s. Now, it's unclear which one exactly, but one of the skeletons has a 1.7 centimeter or 0.7 inch hole in the side of the skull, and Egyptologists believe that this is evidence of a surgical intervention called trepanation, which was a procedure to drill or cut a small hole into the skull. Now, there have been more than 1,500 trepaned skulls discovered from all over the world, and the practice dates to about 5,000 years ago, with the beliefs surrounding this procedure varying from treating pain and various elements to head injuries, relieving intracranial pressure, and in some cases to even pull spirits from the body. Just pretty badass, like pulling a demon out of a tiny hole you drilled in your skull. It's pretty awesome. Now, inside the coffin, archaeologists found 3 separate gold sheets with different inscriptions on them. Now, the team who discovered these hasn't actually commented on these, but Jack Ogden, who did his PhD on Egyptian gold jewellery, indicated that this one next to me is an unhooded snake, which has connotations of rebirth since they shed their skin and are symbolically reborn. Now, this one's a little harder to tell whether it's a palm branch or an ear of corn, but these are both common motifs that both represent rebirth. They can also represent fertility, but given the context, I think it's probably rebirth. Last one's a little more complicated, and scholars are a little unsure as to what exactly this one represents. Ogden emphasized that he can't be certain what this drawing is, but said that it may be an opium poppy within a shrine, and that opium was widely used in Greco-Roman Egypt for medicinal purposes. Now, if you put all this together, the medical procedure to drill a hole in the skull, the opium for medicinal reasons, I think it's likely that one of these persons probably had a debilitating disease that may have even led to their death. As to why there's 3 people in here, we still don't have answers, and unfortunately that's all the information we have at the moment, but I'll be sure to keep you guys updated when the paper comes out, so hit follow for more content.